Hey guys, Janelle here from janelleemma.com. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday, and today I want to talk to you about ashwagandha. I'm not sure if it's something you've heard of before, but it is an absolutely amazing herb that we can use for medicinal purposes. I do actually use it myself within a certain product that I take every single day, and I also use it for my own adrenal fatigue and to help my adrenals and put my body back into balance and less stress and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get into it. So ashwagandha is one of the most powerful herbs in healing and restorative benefits for the body. Now, some people know it as like the Indian ginseng, but it's not actually like the Chinese ginseng. It's a lot different, but people look at it the same way because of those rejuvenating purposes that it has. And you may think to yourself, why is it that I need ashwagandha in my daily supplements, or why I would need to try and go and find it for myself? But it's amazing for for symptoms that we get with stress and fatigue, lack of energy, and difficulty with concentrating. So you find a lot of people, if they have, like brain fog, or they can't concentrate that well, or they feel like they don't have much mind clarity, they're the type of people that love to use ashwagandha because of those benefits that they get from that. And the same with stress. Like I said, with my adrenal glands, adrenal fatigue is something, your body's under too much stress because of cortisol. So obviously if you can try and help that, and reduce the amount of cortisol that your body's trying to produce, you're going to reduce those symptoms that you get with something like adrenal fatigue, which is, it's not a fun thing to have if you have that yourself and you're not managing it. Obviously managing it makes you feel a lot better. Now, ashwagandha can help alleviate the symptoms and support your overall health, especially with stress. It can help you age slower, reduce stress, balance your hormones, that's the adrenal glands are your hormones, boost your energy, and improve the neurological health. So, people with Alzheimer's and dementia and stuff, they find ashwagandha really good to supplement them as well because of the neurological side of things as well. Now, I want to talk to you about, adaptogenics. So ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb, and that's what helps your body to manage that stress. That's that big part of why ashwagandha is such a good medicinal product for you and for your overall health. Now, if you head over to pubmed.gov, www.pubmed.gov, you can see over 900 studies on ashwagandha. The other name for it is on there, withania, whatever it is, and that's on there. And you can see those studies as to how ashwagandha is related and can help manage certain, diseases and conditions or health problems in the body. So I urge you to go over there and have a look at that, pubmed.gov, and you'll find so many different things on there that you can, you may know a lot of people with what you see on PubMed. You may know a lot of people that have a certain condition or a certain health problem, and you may want to tell them about ashwagandha because of that. It's an absolutely amazing medicinal product that we all should be, trying to use for ourselves or telling others about as well. Now, it's an ancient herb, so I want to talk to you about the 11 benefits of ashwagandha today. And these are proven benefits. So this is why it made me, so passionate about wanting to share this with you, because these are proven benefits. A lot of these are in human studies, which I love. Not everything can be done in humans because they aren't a controlled environment, but these were in controlled environments as well. So that number one is that it is an ancient herb and the form of an alternative medicine, so I myself would love more so alternative medicines than if you're, having to go get medications, because medications can lead to a whole heap of different things because of the side effects that you get from medication. So I would much rather have, those medicinal alternative medicines that we can get through herbs and stuff like that. And it's been used for over 3,000 years to increase energy and relieve that stress and improve your concentration. So that's a big one. It also can reduce your blood sugar levels. So this is really good for your diabetics. Go and tell your diabetics to have an ashwagandha supplement or to talk to their doctor about it, because number two is that it can reduce your blood sugar levels, which is a big deal. So studies have shown the lower blood sugar levels in healthy people as well as diabetic people, and it improves the insulin sensitivity. Now we need that. Insulin's not a good thing for us if it's spiked all the time. So we need to make sure that we're improving that and improving our body's way of being able to manage that. Number 3 is it has anti-cancer properties. So studies have proved that ashwagandha helps induce what they call a programmed cell death. And that's, you know, basically cancer cells, and it slows the growth of those cancer cells. So how amazing is that, that it's slowing that growth of a cancer cell and can sometimes even stop it? You know, that's a big deal. And it's especially for cancers like breast cancer, lung cancer, colon cancer, brain cancer, and ovarian cancer that it's really good for. At slowing down those cancer cells. Obviously, that's something you would have to talk to your doctor about, because you would be on a much higher dose of ashwagandha if you were looking at cancer than if you were someone who's just taking it on a daily basis. Now, number 4 is it can reduce your cortisol levels. So this is where I like ashwagandha for myself, and that's why I have it in my supplements every day. Because cortisol is your stress hormone. You know, that's the one it's the fight or flight mode, you know, that happens in the body. And if it's under too much stress all the time and your adrenal glands are releasing too much cortisol, that's when your blood sugar levels can go all out of whack as well. So it can also cause blood sugar to go too low, and that's not a good thing as well. So that's number 4. Also, when cortisol levels become chronically elevated, that's when it leads to high blood sugar levels. And fat storage in the belly, and we don't want fat storage in the belly. So obviously, you know, if you're highly stressed, that's why a lot of people say that if you're a highly stressed person, usually you've got a lot of belly fat, because your body stores it there from the cortisol that it's you know, spiking all the time in the body. Number 5 is it helps reduce anxiety, so and stress, you know, anxiety that comes with stress. So I've got a story, I'll tell you about that in a minute, but there's been several human studies that have proven ashwagandha can effectively reduce the symptoms of anxiety and people with anxiety disorders, you know, and I'm not going to name their name, but I know someone who's been on ashwagandha and then they went off it and they had big anxiety problems happening again. So they know themselves that the ashwagandha is controlling their anxiety in a big way, and that they need to stay on that product. Otherwise, they're getting those high anxiety problems happening, and it's just not something that you want to have in the body, because high anxiety is, you know, I know a lot of people that suffer from that, and it's not a nice thing to see them when they're like that, and not a nice thing to see them deal with as well. Number 6 is it may reduce the symptoms of depression, and this is not just talking about small amounts of depression, this is talking about in a big way. So another adult study, which was a 60-day study, proved that those who took 600 milligrams of ashwagandha a day reported 79% reduction. That's massive. 79% reduction in severe depression. So imagine what it's doing if you've only got, you know, if you've got depression on a low level, if it's something that isn't taking over your life too much. But for someone with severe depression, like 79% reduction in adults, and this was a human study. So that sort of stuff is what blows my mind the most. You know, a herbal medicinal product can do that for your body, which is amazing. Number 7 is increased fertility in both men and women. Now, I know a lot of men and women out there who have trouble with fertility and who can't fall pregnant, and it's saying that it will increase your fertility, especially in men. So if men take ashwagandha for about 3 months, they will notice you know, better sperm count, more healthier sperm, better quality sperm, and usually women will notice that they become pregnant after a while of being on ashwagandha as well. But please don't think that can happen for everyone, but that's just what some studies have proven, that ashwagandha is really good for male and female fertility, and especially for healthier sperm. Number 8 is it increases muscle mass and strength. So a study proved that men after 30 days on ashwagandha who took 750 milligrams to 1250 per day gained muscle mass and lost fat. So how cool is that? Like, who doesn't want to lose a bit of fat and gain a bit of muscle? Now, I've done that. I go to my naturopath and she can see that just by what I eat without exercising that I do gain muscle and reduce fat in my body. She can see that from the scans that she does and testing me every day. Oh, every time I go, sorry. And another study proved that there's a significantly greater gain in muscle strength and size. So if you're someone who's a gym junkie and you love going all the time, if your personal trainer is there, get them to, you know, do some testing on you about your muscle mass and your muscle gain and strength, you know, how much strength you have. My partner's noticed that in a big way with strength. He couldn't lift his arm above his shoulder a lot of the time with weights, and now he can. He's actually re-strengthened that shoulder, and he notices he can lift a lot more now and do a lot more endurance type stuff, you know, basically by this product helping him out. So that's a massive one as well. Number 9 is it reduces inflammation. We all know that inflammation is one of the leading causes of diseases and conditions later on happening. And there was a human study that found that it increases the activity of natural killer cells. So they're your immune fighting cells, your immune cells that fight infection. So that's a good one. You know, a human study found that it increases that activity of your body being able to fight and build the immunity system up, which is, you know, especially at this time of year in winter, this is something we want. And it also shows to decrease markers of inflammation. So I've personally seen that with some of the people that I deal with that use the product that I promote, and their inflammation markers have reduced significantly, especially with things like fatty liver and, you know, cancer and MS and that sort of stuff. So that's a big one as well. And like I said, we all know inflammation is a leading cause of disease and conditions. So we really want to be making sure we don't have inflammation in the body and try and eat as well as we can to stop that inflammation from happening. Number 10 is it lowers cholesterol. So it improves your heart health, which is amazing. I bet you know a lot of people out there with cholesterol, so that's a big one. But it improves your heart health by lowering your cholesterol and triglyceride levels in the body. So this product that I promote, which has ashwagandha in it, has actually, a lot of people have been able to reduce their cholesterol medication because of the ashwagandha that's in this product, that's then helping their cholesterol levels and triglycerides in the body. So that's pretty cool. Number 11, the last one, is it improves your brain function and memory. So because it's promoting extra antioxidant, you know, in the body, and it's reducing those free radicals, you know, free radicals and your oxidative stress is, you want to be reducing that, you know, and obviously by reducing that, you're doing that by increasing your antioxidant level. So your NRF2 pathway can do that for you. And ashwagandha will actually promote your NRF2 pathway to do that as well. And there was one epileptic study. I wanted to read this to you guys because it absolutely blew my mind to read this one. One epileptic study proved that ashwagandha had nearly a complete reversal of the memory impairment that obviously the epileptic episodes were causing, and that was due to oxidative stress. So guess what? Reduce your oxidative stress, reduce your risk of those epileptic episodes happening, or what they do to the memory and the memory impairment of the brain, and you're going to have a much more healthier life, a much more overall healthy well-being, you know, within yourself. So if you know people out there with epilepsy, tell them about ashwagandha. It just, this stuff gets me too excited, and I know I probably babble on too much about it, but I absolutely love what we can learn about our natural products and our, you know, herbal and medicinal side of things, of natural herbs that we can use for ourselves for our overall health. And we also know that it helps with reaction time and task performance. So I absolutely love that one, and I know that for myself. I love, you know, planning things out. I'm a big planner and scheduler, and I used to get really overwhelmed with that, with things that weren't going right, or with things that weren't being planned well and that sort of stuff. And that may come down to like a little bit of anxiety or something, but I know that I can actually control that a lot more now, and it's something that I can do for myself on a daily basis that's not making me feel so stressed out and overwhelmed, on top of the adrenal fatigue as well that I'm trying to control with ashwagandha. So I hope that was of value to you. Please like this, or give me a comment below if it was of value to you. If you want to find out more about ashwagandha, I can show you the websites and pubmed.gov, which I spoke of, that you can actually go to look at some of this information and some of these studies as well. And I'll see you all on the next Wellness Wednesday video. See ya!